Okay, guys, so I'm here again. Today is Sunday, February 23rd, 2025. Here taking a little bit of a trip on a good, nice, sunny day. Decided to take today off. Tomorrow's going to be a very, very busy day for me. It's going to be a week full of different stories that I do hear from my clients, which again, some of the stuff I will be continuing to share with you guys as I get people's perspectives on this economy and just different things that have been going on. And so I wanted to follow up a little bit about what I was talking about last night. I know that I ended the video on a short note talking about people charging a lot on tips. There's been a lot of confusion nowadays, I feel, from a lot of people. They are just going ballistic about how much tipping they have to do these days. You know, everybody's asking for tips nowadays. It's just getting out of control. And I do think that as the years go by, I really do think that there's going to be a lot of pushback. There has been a lot of pushback on it. And going forward, I will continue to tip people that I think that do deserve their tip. I will continue tipping them, 20% or even more. If I think that the person has provided a very good service for me, I will continue to treat them well. And I think that a lot of people will agree with me on that. If the person is already obligated to do their job and they're already getting paid to do it, I think at that point it's really up to the employer to be able to provide a decent wage to that employee. And I know it's getting harder out there for people to be able to find good employees that will actually do the work that they're supposed to. Because nowadays I feel like people are just very entitled. People think that they should receive a high wage and perform little or no work. So again, leave it in the comments down below. What's your experience? I know that a lot of my clients have been asking me about the no tax on tips. And a lot of them, I asked them, I said, are you even paying tax on your tips? And most of them, they're not even paying tax. They're saying, no, I get cash tips. And I said, well, then why are you complaining? We should be worried about the people who are actually paying tax, who are actually having to report that income on their tax returns. Those are the people that we should be worried about. Other than that, I did have another client this past week. She lives in the Los Angeles area, and she was mentioned to me, and I didn't even know. I've seen a lot of videos online about people going to this place called Erewhon, which I don't know if any of you are familiar with that grocery store in Los Angeles. I think they might have some other locations in Southern California. But according to my client, Erewhon, there you actually have to pay a membership to be able to shop there, which I had no idea. She said that they gifted her a membership for a $200 value, which is incredible because from what I've been hearing is that Erewhon is actually very, very expensive compared to regular grocery stores. But what she was telling me was that she actually gets some pretty good deals at that place. And the smoothies and the different drinks, the crafted drinks that they provide are real delicious. So one of these days I might actually go down to Erewhon. I might actually shoot a video for you guys there just to see what it's like. And I might actually, give a good review. It seems like some of these spots, they're known a lot from influencers online. They tend to gravitate to these kind of spots where people are pretty much flexing the fact that they can shop at these types of places. But yeah, I would like to take a look at it, see it for my own eyes, and give you guys my own take on the fact that I've been to many different spots. I've had many different experiences in different states and countries overall. And I can give you my 2 cents as to what my opinion is on that place. And again, it's not for everybody, but I think people will enjoy trying to get my own opinion on that. And it's just crazy how people have that amount of money. Not that many people in the United States can actually afford paying a $200 membership to be part of a locally owned grocery store. where I've been reading online where if you're spending, $5 for some strawberries, maybe you're spending $20 for some strawberries in Erewhon. And you know what's the crazy part about this too, which I was not aware, is that Erewhon, with the crazy expensive prices, accepts EBT or food stamps. And so it's just something that's incredible how a place like that caters to possibly the top 1% of the population accepts EBT. So to me, that just blew my mind when I heard that. So for anybody out there that lives in that area and is not aware of that and is getting EBT, if you live in the Los Angeles area, give it a whirl. Now, from what I've heard is you actually have to tell the cashier that you are going to use EBT to be able to pay for your transaction. So it's not like if you're going into a regular grocery store and you're just sliding your card and making the payment. You actually have to make them aware so that they can make adjustments on their system so you can go ahead and pay with that EBT card. So anyways, that's another story that I heard that day. And yeah, this past week, like I said, I've gotten some very interesting clients. Uh, I continue to get a lot of people. Most of the clients that I tend to uh, do their tax returns, a lot of them are retired. There are a lot of retired clients. So most of them, they get their income from whether it be the local retirement, California retirement. They're possibly, a lot of them are retired teachers or retired public employees. And some of them have been retired for 20 or 30 years or possibly even longer. And it's just amazing. I've had stories of people where some of my clients have even been retired from the 1970s or 1980s. And even to this day, they're still receiving their monthly pension income. A lot of them have very good benefits. They even get reimbursed. They have Social Security. Some of them even receive Social Security because maybe at one point they also had employment at other positions that allowed them to be able to receive Social Security benefits. And some of them get reimbursement for their Medicare premiums because even those Medicare premiums have gone up a lot over the years. Uh, some of my clients, they pay an extraordinary amount, especially when uh, some of my clients have sold their primary residences over the years, or they possibly had a very good year in the stock market. And they always had that 1 year with Social Security that they had to pay an exorbitant amount of Medicare premiums in order to keep their insurance active, which most of them they're not happy about it. But the good thing is it's only for that 1 year, and so please let me know if you've had that experience in the comments below. I know that it does happen. We usually try to help. I usually try to help a lot of my clients to try to avoid that. Uh, on top of just preparing their taxes, I try to make them aware as to what tax bracket they're in, how to avoid hitting that next tax bracket. I know that most of my clients, they tend to fall in that 22% tax bracket. Some of them, they don't pay that much tax. They're still in that 10 to 12% tax bracket, which I think is great. I think that right now we have relatively low tax rates. And so for anybody who can take advantage of that, I think that they should continue to do so. For a lot of those people that are thinking of withdrawing more from their retirement accounts to be able to absorb the tax liability right now, it might be a good idea. I don't know going forward how this administration is going to help the public to be able to avoid paying less taxes in the future. But if you have the means, or if you are in the position where you can possibly withdraw more from your retirement accounts and pay the taxes now at this low tax rate, reach out to your financial planners or your tax preparers to see how much they can help you out to be able to absorb the taxes now so that in the future you don't have to worry about it. Because a lot of people, they're just riddled with tax debt as well, or they're just, they have the, a lot of people have the tendency to be in that 22 to 24% tax bracket. So they can't really afford to take out more money from their retirement accounts without having to pay that extra 22% tax. Plus, if you're in a state that has to also pay state income tax, that can be very devastating, because I've had a lot of clients that they complain about paying all these taxes, and they want to try to see how they can go ahead and maximize receiving that money so that they don't have to pay taxes in the future. So again, reach out to your financial advisors, and maybe they can work together with your tax preparers to try to help you to be able to take advantage of that, because that's the only way that you can do it in today's life. You want to be able to do the best that you can so that this money can go down to future generations of yours, and to be able to take advantage of that. Those are just little things that I found overall that may be able to help people. And also, here's another thing. Some of the viewers that I have, some of them may have a very good amount of money. And so one of the things that I also tell people sometimes, because I do have a couple people in my group of clientele that are very well off, they give a large amount of charitable contributions every year. And one of the things that I've noticed is that there's a lot of people out there that I've ran into that are new clients that have not taken advantage of the qualified charitable distribution deduction. So for any of you that give a considerable amount to your church or to any other organizations, you may want to look into that, into the QCD, the qualified charitable distribution deduction, because that can actually save you a lot of money. Pretty much what you're doing is you are erasing income from your tax return when you do that. So usually when you go ahead and you give a charitable contribution to your church or to any other charity, if it's like a large sizable amount, you have to go ahead and itemize deductions. And when you do that, you actually can only take a certain percentage of your donation as a deduction. But when you do a qualified charitable distribution, what you're pretty much doing is you're allowing your institution or your brokerage account where you have your retirement money, you're pretty much allowing them to send the money for you. And then what happens is when you file your tax return, so that money you can pretty much deduct it from your overall adjusted gross income on your tax return. So that's another thing. I think that's a pretty big tax savings that I see a lot of people are overlooking. At least the people that are not my clients, I always bring it to their attention if they just became my client and I see that they're overlooking that. So those are just little tidbits. I'm going to go ahead and leave the video here. I'm going to continue to enjoy my day. And this week is going to be another adventure. And as soon as I can, possibly sometime this week, I'll have more content for you guys. And continue to watch my videos. Some of them I think have some very nice views. I will continue to provide you guys good content that I think will make you guys a better person. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.